Not a fan of the single-use plastics wherever we can avoid it.
It's hard to avoid. But where we can, we need.
I mean, what shampoo, liquid soap, everything.
Right.
I mean, not my shampoo. Hey everybody, Rick Irvine, West Michigan Tech Services. And today in the studio, I have Tom Duisterhof from Gordon Water. How are you, Tom?
I'm good. Doesn't that just make you want to sing our jingle?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You have every license to sing it right now.
Okay.
Okay. That's,
I don't know if I've heard
it. Gordon Water, good for you.
Is that how?
Gordon Water, good for you. We got so lucky with that.
Yeah.
A friend of my brother's has a studio in Kalamazoo, and 20 years ago, 21, too, I don't know. He was doing, and the older folks seeing or hearing this might remember Busman. It was promoting the Grand Rapids Rapid Bus Service.
All right.
He created a voice and a character, and he did the reads. It was his voice. And it was national award. I mean, this dude nailed it. It was super cool. And he was in recording, and there was a woman professional from Indianapolis, national talent, in the same studio for Meyer. She was hired by Meyer to do their ads 20-some years ago. And he said, hey, and they knew each other professionally. Hey, could you read this? And he had written our jingle out. He goes, could you do this? And she read through it a second. He goes, yeah, whatever. And she said, oh, sure. Literally one sing through.
One take.
She nailed it. And we've been using it ever since.
That's awesome.
There's one that's about, I think the full thing is 60 seconds, but we use 5 to 7 seconds, maybe 12 seconds.
Wow.
Of it just as a tag at the end of things.
Yeah.
Whether it's TV or radio. So anyway, There you go. There's a quick little story.
That's awesome.
We have national talent that sang our jingle.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, it's being edited. So
no, I want to hear that on YouTube.
So you asked what the point of this is. So we're gonna just to get you already seem pretty darn relaxed. I mean, you look like a natural.
I've got another story if you want that one about how this happened.
Okay.
Not just today, but when I started 29 years ago, June 1st. So 2 days ago.
Wow.
First week or two, we had one office in Kalamazoo, downtown Kalamazoo. My brother, who was president, I came in as vice president. 29 years later, I'm still vice president. I haven't climbed the corporate ladder at all.
Talk about a going nowhere job.
Yeah, it's going. Steve walked out of his office, and my dad and I shared a little office next to Steve's. And Steve and Gordon Duisterhof of Gordon Water used to share an office, but since Steve was running things and I was coming in as the newbie, I got to share the office with Dad. Right. Anyway, Steve came out of his office, and he goes, WKZO just called. That's the local, like Wood Radio is to Grand Rapids, yeah. KZO is to Kalamazoo. And he goes, why don't you do the radio ads? And I had never done a radio ad in my life. I didn't know what I was. I can tell you that first year, I was shoving 10 pounds into a 5-pound sack, man. I was telling everybody everything all the time, blah, 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 blah. And it was awful. But as a few years into it, you're getting feedback from the producers or the salesperson. You start to learn, you get comfortable. You get comfortable with a microphone hanging here. And I've done some TV stuff, and that's a little more nerve-wracking. But radio or this is
pretty
super easy.
Well, that's kind of the point in the way we have this set up too.
That's great.
You've got the camera right there. Mm-hmm. I've got my camera right here, and you and I can kind of see each other in between them, and it just turns into a conversation.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and having grown up in it, I was 9 when Dad decided to start his own business.
So this is a family-founded business.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And Gordon wasn't, it's obviously not your last name, but that was your dad's first name or nickname?
He started out Duisterhof's water, as one could expect, even in Dutch Western Michigan. It's a very unique spelling.
Yeah.
No one can say it or spell it, let alone at the time, credit cards were even rarely used 52 years ago. Occasionally, but a lot of checks. People walked around with checks in their purse or in their breast pocket or their sport cup. And you fit Duisterhof's water systems on a check, and it's difficult. So couldn't say it, couldn't spell it, and couldn't fit it on a check. My dad said after a year, I'm going with my first name.
Made it hard to use you guys.
Sorry, I'd like to get something from you, but I can't fit you. Yeah. Yeah. So I was 9 when Dad started in that first little office, because he started out of the house for a couple of months. But that first office he rented, downtown Kalamazoo, there's a one-way heading east and a one-way heading west downtown Kalamazoo. Someday they'll change that, I think, pretty soon. But he rented space from Pete Sportel. Pete Sportel had Sportel's lumber. This was back before the big box stores, right?
Right.
There were 2 or 3 or 4 lumber yards in Kalamazoo. And Pete was a small one of that, but he had a little space. And so it was low-cost rent, worked.
You do what you can when you're starting out.
When you're starting out. And that building was, the side of the building was no more than the distance between you and me from a railroad track that was used multiple times a day by big trains.
All right.
So you could feel them coming and hear them coming because you'd hear the horns.
That's familiar.
Oh, right. Yeah, right. Well, as a little kid, what do?
You put pennies on the track.
You put pennies on the track.
As a little kid, as a 50-year-old,
yeah.
I'm still doing it. I mean, I'm not doing that.
No.
I would not.
No,
I'm pretty sure it's a federal offense. I would never do that.
Now they're quitting pennies.
It's probably still a federal offense.
Somebody's going to come up. We better cut this. We better cut this from this.
Yeah,
because I could get arrested too. But we used to love doing it. And we didn't do it every day all the time. But man, we had a collection, and I'll be danged if that collection disappeared. I'm really bummed. It was just a little jar of flat pennies. Whatever.
And they were actual copper.
They were copper.
Right.
Yes, they were. Yeah. So when you're growing up in it, it's little stories of that, how you're working with. I used to help the installers as a little kid, help in quotes, but I did. And you see and experience some weird stuff in that. And then my dad bought a building, and it was an old dry cleaner. And
that's a lot of chemicals.
Well, the chemicals had disappeared. The city did come ask us what happened to all those things. We're like, there was nothing here when we bought the building. So there was no proof anywhere. But anyway.
Oh, good.
It was not a very big building, but it had an old boiler. And the boiler was wrapped in insulation, and so were all the pipes leading to all the irons and, all the things that whatever.
Yeah,
steam
radiators. And
yeah. Well, I'm 14. This is 1978, 79, something like that. 78. And we're not in the building. We're prepping the building. Well, the building has to have all this piping because it's got to be removed. And so I'm 14 years old with a cutting torch. I've got a cutting torch, and I've got to get to the steel behind the insulation. And I am cutting pipes on a ladder, and then you go to the other end of the pipe, and you rip the insulation. Cut that, and it drops 8 feet to the floor. And guess what? The insulation breaks off. It's bouncing all over. I could barely see from me to you in that building.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think the insulation was?
Probably not fiberglass.
Not fiberglass. It was beautiful asbestos.
Asbestos.
I didn't think about it until I heard the term, was it mesothelioma?
Mesothelioma.
So I've never developed mesothelioma,
Well, that's good.
and that's a very good thing. But I think I was exposed to asbestos, but it was only for a few days because I was pretty efficient with that cutting torch. I was dropping a lot of pipe.
Oh, man.
But I just think back to, the 70s at that point. You're like, we didn't know.
Right. Right.
Tom, get these pipes out of here. Okay, got it. We can do it.
Right.
So
yeah,
you did it.
So you were, cutting and dropping asbestos, probably smoking cigarettes at the same time. Probably.
Who needed to?
What else were we doing back then? What else? What are healthy habits?
Yeah. Well, cigarettes had been tried by that age, I'm sure.
So who needs a home filter?
Everyone. My answer to that is that, and we were at a dealer meeting last summer,
mm-hmm.
and a PhD from the Minneapolis area, chemistry PhD, got up and spoke, and he didn't work for the manufacturer that we were all together from around the country.
Mm-hmm.
He was really more about water quality, and he said, look, I've probably installed 150 to 200 ROs in friends and families and neighbors' houses because and he used a few other colorful words, but he said, I really don't care what the contaminant is. And it's what I've said too. Save your money on a water test. Just get a good drinking water system, reverse osmosis, because they're the most complete in their filtration. And don't worry about the contaminant du jour. And everything has a contaminant in it. If you look at EWGs, EWG.org, I think, and you look up the PFAS map for the United States, the state of Michigan, Kent County, you're going to see a whole lot of color.
Wow.
And where did all the Belmont Rockford go? It went into the Rogue River and into the soil, but it went into the Rogue River,
mm-hmm.
which flows into the Grand River, which every other industry that was doing PFAS and every other discharge thing was going. And where does the Grand River flow to?
Yeah.
It goes into Lake Michigan. Where does municipal water for the lakeshore communities, including Greater Grand Rapids, Kentwood, Wyoming, blah, 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 blah. It comes from that. So they're now all reporting maybe low levels, but they're all reporting PFAS in the water.
They're forever chemicals.
They right. They're going to recycle.
It's going to be in you.
Right.
Wow.
So there's a couple of things. And the PhD said, everybody needs an RO. Sell them an RO. Give them an RO. I don't care. Put people into high quality drinking water. And he's from Minneapolis, and he's consulted with 3M, who is the creator of that family of chemicals. Beautiful, wonderful chemicals for the things we didn't know it did, but for nonstick and fire retardant. And how many lives did it save? I don't know. I'm sure it saved lives.
Yeah.
But the unfortunate thing is every airport, Air Force base, military base, plus all the tens or hundreds of thousands of industries businesses that used various forms of it to make their stuff. So hence it's everywhere and it's forever. So technology is getting better. I keep hearing about things that can break down that fluorine bond, which would be nice. But given the 70 years of
exposure,
yeah,
we've
got 70 years or maybe 170 years to try to start cleaning up because it's in the soil in so many places.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. So everybody does.
So,
and that's just PFAS.
I've always wanted to do the best for my family. So, for 15 years, probably plus, I've had a whole home carbon filter on my water. Because we moved in there, we just realized it was like 19 years ago. But I've never really liked that standing in the shower and breathing like you're in a gas chamber kind of effect. Are
you on city water?
We are on city water.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really liked that. So somebody said, just get a whole home carbon filter. Okay, whole home carbon filter. And then to double up on it, then I've got the 3 canister under the sink drinking water tap.
Right.
Is that not good enough?
You're doing something.
I'm doing something.
I don't know what the carbon filter thing for the whole house is. It about yay tall and about that big around?
No, it's probably 12 inches.
Okay. You do need, they call it empty bed contact time. You need contact time for carbon to do a little something. So where I live, I'm south of the Grand River, but I'm south of the Grand River by half a mile, up off Plainfield, north of Plainfield.
Okay.
And I'm on a well. There's city water on the street, but my house is almost 60 years old. And so I still have well water.
Okay.
And I had it tested when I moved in, and for PFAS. And I got a low level of PFAS. But I have a whole house system. When I say system, it is a large carbon filter designed and built for whole home and PFAS reduction. So it's rated, third-party tested, rated for that.
Okay.
And I have the Connecticut K5, which is our best-selling RO because it's really good. That's in my basement, feeding my sink and my bar sink and my ice maker in my fridge. So anything, and I use it when you have a faucet like you do and I do. If somebody goes, well, we buy bottled water, I go, oh, do you rinse your fruits and vegetables with it? Do you cook your rice and pastas with it? No. So, well, I do. You ration it if you are buying a bottled version.
Yeah.
Whether it's my 5-gallon bottle or a 1 gallon in the fridge or useless, irritating, single-use little half-liter bottles. Yeah, I won't comment about that. Yeah. I'll just drink out of my refillable.
Nice.
I'm a bit of a cyclist, so I have a ridiculous amount of those.
I've got the gallon, half gallon one that I normally use. I just have this in the studio and for guests and stuff. But yeah.
Well, your guests should drink Gordon water.
They should drink Gordon.
They should. So yeah, who needs a system? The thing I like is our 5-gallon bottles. Are a low hurdle to entry.
Right.
You could drive down today and get one. And oh, by the way, big box stores that carry
the big.
I've
seen that.
The big depot. They're a crazy price. I don't know why anybody. I've seen people walk out with 3 bottles, and I go, "You realize Gordon Water is on 54th Street? I'm 200 yards from that big orange building." I'm like, "You're going to save almost half."
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy the price that
is
throw
expensive.
But my point is, we have really nice water treatment systems for a whole house, whether it's PFAS, softening, iron, odor, whatever it is. And we have drinking water systems. And there's still people that can't afford that stuff, right? And our bottled water, people pick up. That's the cheapest way to do it, right? The guy in the truck is costly for me. The pickup price is certainly notably lower. And we have U-fill at a couple at Rockford and Portage. But anyway,
cool.
I see people that'll come in with some regularity, once a month. Not like every week, but they're buying 1 bottle, maybe 2. And you look at the vehicle they're driving and going, that's what they can afford. But they deserve, and they prioritize some drinking water for them and their family.
Sure.
And I'm just like, I'm so glad we can service the broad spectrum from that person that can afford a bottle or 2 a month to, that $1 million home, if you will, that has all the accoutrements that one could ever need.
What does it cost approximately to keep and maintain and run a RO system in your home?
Right. There's a range of systems that we carry and others carry. Would I suggest a big box solution? Probably not. Make sure that your system is third party rated, by a viable third party. IAPMO, NSF, those are the two biggies. And not just say, we say it's great, one of those. So purchase price is going to be anywhere from the mid for a drinking RO, reverse osmosis. I say RO, people go, what?
Right. Sorry.
Reverse osmosis, drinking water system. Quite frankly, one worth its weight's probably in that 600 to 800 range.
Okay.
We carry ones that are 1,000 to 2,500. That's the K5. But the K5's got the ability to do all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
It's got a spot. It has spots you can put in a blank, 2 spots, and you can put in a virus bacteria filter. Good for people that have compromised immune systems, maybe going through chemo or just an issue in their life. So you can make sure you're removing those portions of it. Mineral cartridge for flavor. I mean, it's got versatility. You can put other cartridges in it, but the base ones that come with it are awesome for making nice clean water, and it makes water really fast, and it dispenses water really fast compared to other ROs out there. And so when I tell people, they go, well, I've had an RO and it just kind of pees out a little bit of water. It's fades. One, they might need a service call. Their storage tank might not be functioning. But 2, that's the normal way a system works with a little air bladder tank. And as water leaves it, the pressure goes down because the air is expanding. My old engineering, P1 V1 equals P2 V2, pressure and volume. So
Gotcha.
Anyway, the thing with the K5 is it uses your house pressure behind the bladder. And so through the whole exhaustion of 2.5 gallons, it's pushing at whatever pressure your house is.
Interesting.
So if you're on city water, it's pretty consistent, typically 60 PSI. If you're on a well, it's oscillating between the highs and lows of your well switch, unless you have one of those cool constant pressure. So anyway, so the cost to maintain it, cost to purchase, cost to maintain. The filters depends on which filters you're going to get with the Connecticos. The A200 uses the same filters as the K5. The K5 can just have more in it at a time and do more things. And so the K5 has a shutoff. It doesn't go to 0. It just trickles to remind you to change the filters, which is important because if you leave them in there, you can start unloading contaminants back into your drinking water. So it's good to have that reminder. And it shuts off at 500 gallons. And that's
wow.
About what a family of 4 will drink and cook with over the course of a year. So you're looking, depending on the range of filters, $125 to $150 to do a change of filters. It's going to get you about a year.
That's really not bad.
So, well, if you break it down, what's it come out to? 25 cents a gallon or something. When you look at the cost of the filters, over 500 gallons.
That's worth the money just to not worry about what you're feeding your family.
Correct. And there's a lot of people, when I've done this, I see a cart in or coming out of Costco, and it's got 4, 5, 6 cases of sport bottles in it. I'll literally hand them a business card. You realize it's cheaper and better for the environment if you do your own system. And I'll hand them a card. And oh, thanks. And they might just wad it up, throw it away. But it drives me nuts when I see 2, 3, 4 cases. I'm like, come on, people.
Yeah.
We're a society of convenience, but our oceans and rivers and lakes are all showing it.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah.
So, yeah. That's my other pet peeve, if you want to get going on that one. Those single-use bottles are the low-hanging fruit for us as society to reduce just a little bit our plastic footprint. They end up everywhere. I can tell you, walking on the beach in South Haven, my family's had a place out there. My nephew was born that July, so 38 years. It's amazing in the winter when the snow is gone, or maybe March, late winter. The amount of those caps and pieces of plastic and bottles too, but in the sand. I took a picture one time in South Haven, and you're looking at the sand near the pier, the wind over the winter, and then you do this to the phone screen and you zoom in, and it's a ridiculous amount of plastic sitting on top of the sand. I don't know how much is underneath, but it's an incredible amount of plastic that's on our beaches.
Not good.
No. And the single-use bottles are the easiest way to eliminate that or reduce it. I just ordered a mattress and a bed, not box spring. It's a thing the mattress goes on with legs and platform and everything. Some assembly required. But I just assembled that and put my new mattress on it. And the mattress came in a box, because the mattress is all vacuum sealed and rolled up into a tight coil. Between the box for the base and the box for the mattress, I had cardboard. I broke that down. It's all shoved in and recycled. Going out tonight, actually. There was an enormous amount of plastic wrap. Plastic, not components. The base was all steel. Amazingly, built like a tank.
We're just not learning.
And I'm going, how do we? The packaging industry has to figure it out. The packaging engineers ought to be focused a lot on this, because we are a society of convenience. I am too. I am not saying I'm not, but we need to figure out how to package things, keep food safe, keep clothing clean, and whatever, keep items appropriate, and not make it so it's going to take 100 or 500 years to break down into stuff we probably still don't want.
Right.
So, let's do our part, people. Come on.
I went to, not to toot my own horn, but this building here, we have a full-size kitchen upstairs, and instead of loading it up with plastic silverware, one-time use stuff, actually went to Goodwill. They had 2 bags of steel silverware, and I've got a dishwasher upstairs, so anytime we have guests, we bring down actual steel, and they're like, steel?
Yeah, right. Nice.
Yeah. Not a fan of the single-use plastics wherever we can avoid it.
It's hard to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
But where we can, we need to.
I mean, shampoo, liquid soap, everything.
Right.
I mean, not my shampoo.
You know what? And I'm going to give him a little plug, because Jackson's a pretty cool dude. He's also a U of M grad, so I'll give him that. He's a young man in his mid-20s. He started a clothing business.
Okay.
Here in Michigan. Here in West Michigan. And they make clothing out of recycled plastics.
Huh.
And a portion of it is plastics picked up from the Great Lakes.
That's pretty cool.
So if you want to support Oshki, it's a Native American term. OSHKI. Look it up online. I've got some of his clothing. I love the clothing.
Awesome.
It's outdoors. He's a big fisherman. He's an outdoors guy, and he's got some really cool designs of fish. Some of it, and some of it just has its little logo on it. But I support Jackson because he's cool. He's doing a great thing, and he's picking up plastic from the Great Lakes.
Awesome.